Valhalla, New York, a commuter train slammed into a sport utility vehicle stuck on the tracks Tuesday evening, killing 6 people, mostly on the train, and injuring at least 12 others, authorities said. The northbound train struck a Jeep Cherokee at a railroad crossing in Valhalla, about 20 miles, 32 kilometers, north of New York City, Metro-North Railroad spokesman Aaron Donovan said. Killed were the SUV's driver and 5 people aboard the train, he said. The railroad track gates had come down on top of the SUV, which was stopped on the tracks, the Metro-North spokesman said. The driver got out to look at the rear of the vehicle, then she got back in and drove forward and was struck, he said. The train shoved the SUV about 10 train car lengths north, and the SUV in the front of the train caught fire, he said. Smoke poured out of the scorched trail car, its windows blackened. Passenger Stacy Isner, who was at the rear of the train, told NBC News that she felt the train jerk and then a conductor walked through the train explaining what had happened. She said her train car was evacuated about 10 minutes later using ladders to get people out. Donetsk, Ukraine. 5 more Ukrainian soldiers have been killed in fighting with Russian-backed separatists in the past 24 hours, a military spokesman said on Thursday. The fresh casualties were announced as separatists continued attacks on Debaltseve, a key rail hub northeast of the big city of Donetsk, which government troops are holding despite strong pressure from the rebels. 5 Ukrainian service personnel were killed and 29 wounded in the past 24 hours, the spokesman, Vladislav Seleznyov. Another military official said the rebels made 2 attempts overnight to storm Ukrainian positions near Debaltseve, but they were repelled. Taipei, a TransAsia Airways plane with 58 passengers and crew on board careered into the river shortly after taking off from a downtown Taipei airport today, killing 23 people and leaving 20 missing, officials said. 15 people survived the crash after the plane lurched between buildings, clipped a taxi and an overpass with its port side wing and crashed upside down in the shallow water. Dramatic pictures taken by a motorist and posted on Twitter showed the plane careening over the motorway soon after the turboprop ATR-72-600 aircraft took off in apparently clear weather on a domestic flight for the island of Kinmen. "I've never seen anything like this," a volunteer rescuer Sernan Chen said, of the most recent in a series of disasters to hit Asian carriers in the past 12 months. Television footage showed survivors wearing life jackets wading and swimming clear of wreckage. Others, including a young child, were taken to shore in inflatable boats. Emergency rescue officials crowded around the partially submerged fuselage of Flight GE-235, lying on its side in the river, trying to help those on board. The plane missed apartment buildings by meters, though it was not clear if that was luck or whether the pilot was aiming for the river. Footage showed a van skidding to a halt on the damaged overpass after barely missing the plane's wing, with small pieces of the aircraft scattered along the road.